One's going to be a pretty long one, so I'm going to be talking about my experience with the Marvel Studios, the Avengers, or just the Avengers, aka what most people go with, the Avengers. Avengers, assemble! I'm Iron Man, and I'm Pete. God, imagine going like one video without saying peeking. I think I could do it. Peeking, shit. I'm just kidding. Imagine. No, but with all seriousness, I'll be right back. I'm going to share the stream and we're going to get right to it. Alright. So let's start off with Avengers, right? Since it has been a long time since I've made a Marvel video, made a Marvel movie review since I've been sick past few days. I didn't really want to originally go ahead and do any of that. But, you know, here I am now. Anyways, so it starts off with like Agent Shield dealing with the Tesseract, and basically, with them messing with the Tesseract, they brought like Loki to the vicinity, and basically, Loki and everybody started to fucking attack later in the movie. So, and keep in mind, when I was watching the Avengers for the first time in a long time with Nick a few weeks back, I think, I actually completely forgot that Loki was the main villain of the first Avengers movie. And I find that really weird because literally last movie, if you want to go there technically, in Thor, you know, we had like 2, 3-ish type villains in Thor's movie. We had the Frost Giants, which they weren't really villains for very long, they were just there. We had, the Frost Giants, we had Loki himself, and then we had the Destroyer, which the Destroyer and Loki weren't necessarily villains, but they did like really bad shit throughout the movie, so like that's why I gotta technically call them villains. So it's just kind of weird seeing Loki be the villain of Thor 1, the main villain practically, and then be like the real main villain other than I can't remember the fucking aliens' names, but those guys, a part of Thanos' army, be also kind of like the main villain role for this movie, which I thought was like kind of weird. But also, another moment I really liked in the movie was Agent Coulson straight up doxed the location of where Natasha was with these. I can't remember what type of dudes, but there were these dudes, like Natasha was tied to a chair, and Agent Coulson just straight up doxed their information, their whereabouts, and where the fuck they're located, and basically said, hey, you're at this street. And they're like, okay, maybe we should stop operations, because that shit was just straight funny. Then the moment after that I did write down, because I'm going based off of what I wrote, the Natasha and Banner moment was scary, mainly because, like, you know, Natasha was, like, trying to calmly, like, get the Hulk to move over, because everybody knows that Banner is the Hulk, and we're going to need more than just one person to deal with Hulk. So, in the entire moment when Natasha and Banner were talking, they were talking kind of silently, so they didn't, like, startle Bruce in any way, or... Because keep in mind, like, if you guys don't know the Hulk, hey, good day. Abram, welcome, bro. Good day to you, too, my man. Good day to you as well. Because if you guys know Hulk, I'm just going to explain Hulk in this movie, because why not? I like the dude. Kind of wish he stayed that way in the Marvel Universe, but we're not going to talk about that yet, because we're not there yet. Crystal Woolis, hi. How you doing? Banner gets stressed very easily, or not very easily, but he just gets stressed by pressuring him or anything. He can turn the Hulk like that, so you got to make sure you really got to calm him down and stuff to make sure he doesn't, like, come out, like, immediately, spring at your bitch ass, all that stuff. And I remember Natasha had so many guys, like, outside of that room ready to flank if Banner even tried anything. And Hulk was like, is there a lot of guys outside? You know, it's a whole thing. And then, obviously, Natasha got scared after Banner, like, slammed his hands on the table and was about to get really mad, and she pulled the gun out. But she was kind of shook. And to be real, if I was in the same room. How old is Hulk? I don't know. That's a great question. Even in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I don't know how old Hulk is in that one. But it's just kind of weird that Hulk, you know, with that moment anyway. But anyways, God is great. Have a good day. God bless. Soldier of God, I appreciate that, bro. God bless you too, man. Appreciate that. Fury going over to Steve Rogers and asking him to help was so cool. Basically, if I remember correctly, before the banner scene, like I mentioned, they summoned Loki there, and basically they had a whole fight that like destroyed all of like I think Agent Shield's like location at the time, and basically Loki like also like possessed like Hawkeye and a few others to do his dirty work and all that other sort of shit to get the evil guys over there. Bruce Banner's played by Mark Ruffalo. Yeah, one of the Ruffalo brothers. By the way, for anyone that doesn't know who played Hulk in the movie. But just seeing Steve like at that punching bag, just punching the shit out of it, practicing, but also like punching to get the anxiety and the stress out of World War II and all the other shit out of his head a little bit. He just kept punching over and over. And just seeing that, it just kind of reminds me of some shit. You're doing great. Keep it up. Remember to change people's lives for the better. Oh, yeah, factual information, man. I try my best to be as entertaining as possible. But I remember when he was just beating the shit out of that bag, and I'm like, you know, I felt that because I would love to beat the shit out of a bag too a little bit. Especially sometimes. There's a lot of times where I wish I had a actual punching bag right there so I can just go over there and just go... You know what I mean? I would love to do that. In case you make a video... Oh, we're going every movie, Lucas. Every movie. So if you want... Yeah, every single Marvel movie is being talked about. So, I'm gonna do that review. So if you want to come in, you guys are welcome to come in. By the way, I have a new voiceover. I might upload it today. I'm not sure, but I got some new voiceovers that isn't Punch-Out that might come out. I don't know when, but when it does, I'm definitely gonna be asking maybe some of you guys to help me out with it. So look out for that. I already asked Louis. And we haven't recorded anything, but, well, I already have like 5 videos, not 5 videos out, but I have 5 videos already pre-made, because I wanted to get myself into those cutscenes already, so.
Yeah, I want my voice back first, but yeah, I got you.
But yeah, just wanted to throw it out there. Venom or the Hulk? Probably the Hulk, but then again, Venom's also a massive threat too, because if he gets a hold of Hulk, it's fucking over, you know, if we're talking about just the symbiote anyway. Not like Venom as in like with Eddie and shit. But probably the Hulk. The Hulk is ridiculous 90% of the time. But also Venom is ridiculous too. We can't just throw that out there. Anyway, or we can't just throw Venom under the bus, you know, and say he's weak or something when he's stupid strong. But anyways, back to what I was saying after that. Coulson going over to Tony saying we need you is funny as hell because like basically Tony and Pepper were already trying to prep plans. We're like, you know, and all this shit. And Coulson's like, hey, just gonna come on by real quick. I need you. And Tony's like, well, let me tell you something, Coulson. We don't need you. Anyways, Pepper, do you play Mario? Yes, I play tons of Mario. I play Mario all the time. Mario's one of my favorites. I have tons of playthroughs and all that other sort of stuff about Mario. And videos like this about Mario, too. Literally, last night I just made a video about Mario Sluggers. My experience about Mario Sluggers and how cool it is. Oh, yeah, by the way, I shaved. I forgot to mention that. I didn't mention that the whole video. Yeah, my face looks a little naked. I look like I'm 15 again. Look at this. But yeah, anyways, I digress. I thought that shit was funny. That little moment was funny. One of my favorite moments in this movie... Anyways, one of my favorite moments in this movie was Thor versus Steve and Iron Man. I just subbed. Thank you for subscribing, Abraham Lincoln. I appreciate you, man. I love this little fight so much. And obviously, and by the way, to explain to people why I can't show footage, I got copyrighted last time and blocked worldwide during my Iron Man 1+2 review. And I had to cut corners in that video a lot just to keep it up on YouTube. So I That's why I'm not showing any more footage from the movies anymore. I was going to, but I was going to continue to show you footage, but, Anyways, I digress, right? So, I love how Thor versus Steve starts because Thor just appears on the ship to try and grab Loki, and Loki says, I don't like the looks of this, or the feels of this, because he knows it's Thor, Disney. Yeah, it was probably Disney. Disney or, well, they said Marvel Studios on the account that, that said, hey, your video is blocked worldwide, and I'm like, dude, come on. That movie is like over 10 years old. Who gives a damn? Whatever. But anyways, I digress. It starts out, like I mentioned, with that moment, and Loki talking that shit, and basically, I think Thor came into the ship for a second, grabbed Loki, and flew out. Or either that, or Loki went out of the ship, I think. I can't really remember. It's been a little bit, so remember, based off of memory, based off of my little notes here, I think Steve Rogers was the last one out, and Iron Man went out first because he was like, okay, here's my plan. Fight. AKA, he went to go fight Thor because Thor took Loki. Yeah, that's right. Thor did take Loki. Anyways, after that, Black Widow and I think another dude were like, Steve, I don't think you want to go out there. That's a literal god you're trying to fight. And one of my favorite lines from Steve Rogers in all of Marvel Cinematic Universe, there's only one god like that, man, and I don't think he dresses like that. Or he said something like, there's only one God, man, and he's way up there. Basically, what he said. And I remember when Cap said that shit, mad respect. Mad respect to Cap on that one, man. Mad respect. And, Steve and Iron Man, more like Iron Man and Thor, when they were fighting, I was surprised Iron Man was doing as good as he was with his fight with Thor, because keep this in mind, this is a little bit after Thor 1 Thor, where he got reawoken as Thor again. This was the dude that was able to beat the Destroyer extremely quickly with one strike. Yet Tony was able to do better than the Destroyer from Asgard did against Thor in this fucking mini scruffle that they had. Keep that in mind, because keep this in mind too. The Destroyer was able to completely annihilate the freaking frost giant on sight. He was able to beat all of Thor's friends on sight. No questions, no diff. Thor's friends. And Thor's friends are also like superhuman, and they're pretty fucking strong, right? They're Asgardians, so of course Asgardians are going to be fucking powerful. But the fact that the Destroyer can do all that, right? Can Kratos beat the Hulk? Depending on which Hulk you throw him up against, yes and no. If we're talking comics Hulk, fuck no. Kratos could not beat comics Hulk. If we're talking some of the strongest Hulks in the comics, because Hulk goes crazy in his comics. I'm not saying Kratos doesn't go crazy in his games and his lore and his comics, but Hulk just does a lot of things that I don't think Kratos can just beat out. You know what I'm saying? Beat out Hulk in. But anyways, if we're talking cinematic universe Hulk versus Kratos, aka, Hulk from the live action movies, oh, Kratos is soloing that fucking verse. Not even gonna hold. If we're going by his lore, feats, and statements and shit. But anyways, I digress, right? I love the fight with Iron Man and, back to what I was saying about Iron Man and Thor, right? They were fighting for such a long time, and I love how Steve kind of came in and was the middleman between those guys, basically saying, hey, guys, cut the shit! And I love that shit. It was so cool, and Thor saying, "You think you can stop me?" And then Steve, put the shield down, and Thor whammed it. They collided. The hammer and the shield collided, and it caused a massive fucking shockwave that fucking sent all trees flying and shit. And basically, Thor realized his his little thing he had going on with that fight with Iron Man and Steve Rogers. He was like, man, this fight was kind of stupid. Because keep this in mind, this is Thor after Thor 1, where he realized what he did back before Thor 1 was childish. And he realized the fight that he got himself in with these guys was kind of childish and the wrong action to take. There was a misunderstanding at will, you know. Anyways. Loki talking to Natasha about her, and later she got all the info she needed from him. I know I'm skipping around, so this isn't like gonna be like I'm gonna try to make this review not like super massive or super big, but you know, because I want to do also other reviews as well. I kind of want to do the next movie as well because it's nowhere near as long as you know, that movie and stuff. Hey, bro, do you remember Captain Enclave? Yes, I do. Everyday Chaos Control. What's going on? How you doing? I remember when Loki talked about, it's me, bro. Oh, Germanium, you're, Captain Enclave? Welcome back, man. It's been a long time since I seen you. You got a girlfriend now? That's what's up, bro. My voice cracked. That's what's up, my man. Good shit. I'm glad lives be treating you well, man. Shit. Yeah, congrats, my man. But yeah, I remember when Loki was like, I'm gonna do this and that, and I'm gonna crack that nigga, or whatever, and Natasha was like, you want the Hulk. Basically read the fuck out of a god's mind, basically. And it was so cool how Natasha basically like planned that whole situation out, and I love how Mans was literally like, what the fuck? Wait, what do you mean you got the Hulk out of that? How the fuck did you do that? Hey. Hey, what the... You know what I mean? Like, I remember that moment was crazy. Loki successfully stirs up... Oh my god, this moment. So, basically, I remember when most of the Avengers were in this room, basically kind of talking, and even before this, they realized... I remember Black Widow basically told the guys saying, or what, some S.H.I.E.L.D. agents, guys, Loki's trying to stir up the Hulk, let's go get him. So he doesn't get stirred up. And I remember all the Avengers a little bit later on from this moment, they all ended up in this room together, and then they all started talking, and then it all started becoming an argument. And keep this in mind, when Bruce is stressed or in a situation that's going to piss him off or try to get him around, you know, pissed or angry or sad, the Hulk will try to come out and start some shit. And I remember everybody, Homelander can beat Iron Man. Depending on which version of Iron Man you are talking about, yeah, probably. But most Iron Man, 9 times out of 10, I would say Iron Man can beat Homelander in a fight. Because to be real, Homelander is like Superman, but like if he never fought anyone good in his life. Because keep this in mind, Homelander is evil Superman that has never had a fight that was quite on his level before. And when he had people that, when Homelander had people fight on his level, he was easily overwhelmed and barely could do anything about it. Meanwhile, Iron Man, with all of his fights, he's outmatched, yet he's able to find solutions to get himself out of those said situations. So I would say Iron Man could definitely handle Homelander. I mean, he handled fucking Thor, okay, and Hulk. Even cinematic Iron Man, I would say, could handle Homelander, no problem. Saitama versus Goku. Yeah, Saitama versus Goku, that's a great fight. That's an interesting one. I don't know. Saitama's done a lot of crazy shit in his show, in the manga now. I just wish we can get the anime for it, so like I can, you know, a lot more people can see what Saitama can do. But I would still say Goku for right now, until we get like all the stuff that goes on in Saitama's manga get put into the anime, so more people can see like Saitama's side of things, because I know not a lot of people like to read Saitama's manga and stuff. Saitama's immune to physical trauma. That's crazy. But anyways, yeah, that moment where Loki successfully stirs up the Avengers was kind of sad. There are people who keep saying Goku can beat Saitama, or people who really say Saitama can beat Goku, and I'm like, bro, we get it. Bro, we get it. You like that character a lot. We get it. Lol, yeah. That's crazy, though. I didn't know Zatanna was actually immune to that. That's cool. Number 10, Hulk slowly coming out when Natasha and him fell through the ship when the Avengers aircraft got, like, fucked up a little bit. And Hulk slowly coming out due to him being too stressed. And him slowly coming out and turning into Hulk was actually pretty scary. Hulk versus Thor was such a good little mini fight as well. I just want to mention that because, like, just seeing Hulk and Thor go at it, even if it was for a little bit, was really cool. Even though we all know who won that fight, by the way, Hulk won that one. I'm just going to be real. Wait, Cosmic Fear Garo versus Superman. Superman. I'm going to be so real. Superman practically wins almost any fight he's in. Pretty much almost any fight he's in. There's a lot of Supermen that are weaker than Garl, though. There's a lot of them. But if you're talking about one of the strongest, because, look at it. This is something I am going to say, right? Because I know it's not Marvel related and it's not related to the review at all. But when you want to scale a character, or even put him in versus matches, we got to be specific. Because, like when you were with Garl, right? Which Superman are you talking about? Are you talking about Justice? Are you talking about New 52 Superman? Are you talking about OG comic Superman, where he's goes from like baby shit to like multiversal, like Golden Superman? Are we talking about, you know, that's the Superman or whatever? Because if we just say Superman in general, then it's like, you know what I mean? We won't know. It could be a 50-50. It could be Garl that wins that fight, or it could be Superman that wins that fight. But anyways, I digress. Agent Coulson dying to Loki sort of pissed me off. Yeah, that pissed me off. No, I have not heard of Dixon. Oh my god. Nope. Don't say that. I almost fell for that. You're fucking clever. You're clever. But I caught on. You almost got me there. You almost got me. You almost got me. I'll give you that, bro. You almost got me. Black Cat or Catwoman? Good. That's a really good question on that one.
That's a really good question.
Wazy Wackos. Yeah. Welcome to stream, man. Shit, that's really good because either one is a pretty fine choice. But yeah, Agent Coulson dying to Loki really pissed me off because I don't know, when you watch the Marvel movies, you sort of get like this connection to Coulson. And as a character a little bit, because you see him in Thor 1, you see him in Captain Marvel, you see him in Iron Man, and Iron Man 2, you see him like in pretty much almost all the movies, and seeing him die in Avengers due to Loki was so shit. And I hated it because he was genuinely a good man just doing his business. And he was also a fan of superheroes, and oh, it fucked me up, man. It fucked me up. They better not screw up live action Nova. Nova? Wasn't Nova a Marvel character? Yeah, Nova was a Marvel character. Yeah. If he comes, that would be cool. Like, comes to the movies, yeah. Anyways, number 13. Everyone feeling, like, really, really bad about Coulson's death. Really bothered me. But you know what really fucked with me, right? Was what Agent Fury did. And also, Agent Fury was pissed once Coulson died, because they went back many years, so it hurt Fury really bad that Coulson died. But what really fucked with me when Coulson died was what Fury did, because what Fury did was he took Agent Coulson's cards, he took Coulson's blood, he wiped the cards with Coulson's blood on it to make it seem like they were in Coulson's pocket when Loki stabbed him when he died, and threw it at the Avengers' face saying, he had this in your fucking pockets. He believed in you motherfuckers. And guess what? He died for y'all. And y'all didn't do shit but argue and stir this whole thing up to make the Avengers feel bad. And I remember, hey man, I'm gonna play a game. I'll be on later and see you soon. Love you, man. No homo. Hey man, love you too, man. I'm glad to see you again, man. Good to see that you're doing all good. Because sometimes, I don't see a lot of folks sometimes once they leave, I'm like, look at them. They're flapping. They're going out. They're living their lives. Which I appreciate. I definitely respect that. Y'all flying away. Look at them. Look at everybody flying away. I respect that shit. See you later, homie. I hope you have a great rest of your time. I'll be back. Trust. Hey, trust that, bro. I'll see you. But I definitely love that shit. But there's also a lot of people that fly away and don't come back, and I'm like, damn, you will be missed, brother. You will be missed. But just seeing Agent Coulson just kind of not Agent Coulson, Agent Fury do that, saying that the Avengers, or what is it? No, it was that chick that was right always by Fury, saying that Coulson didn't have those in his pocket. They were in his room. What the fuck did you do? Wait a minute. Did you wipe his blood on his very own cards? What the fuck, man? And Fury said the Avengers needed motivation. Because keep this in mind, after they argued and Coulson died, they were depressed, man. And, once you get like a man, woman, it doesn't matter. Once you get some men depressed, bro, we're depressed for a long-ass time until you get us out of the fucking mud, or we get ourselves out of that mud. And, Fury needed him out of the mud fast because the world needs to be saved here. So that's why he decided to do what he did. I still think that's very fucked up, but I understand why he did it too, because he needed them to be motivated, and that would motivate me. Just hearing about his death alone would motivate me to stop this fucking threat, to stop Loki from doing the shit. Bowser or Hulk? Like I mentioned, the Hulk would win against Bowser like 9 times out of 10 if we're talking the comics. But again, if we're talking cinematic universe, actually, there's a lot of Hulks that would probably lose to Bowser, because Bowser, he's like on the same level as Mario, which Mario's like a multiversal, universal threat. So Bowser's like around there too. Right there with Mario, practically, pretty much. Right? And if we talk about Bowser, right, for just a minute, like what he's able to do, warp, teleport in space, being able to live in the center of the Mario universe with no difficulty, where there's no air to begin with, is actually fucking insane. It's insanity. Being able to take a universal size explosion without dying, I mean, that shit's raw as fuck. Then there's so many things Bowser's done in the Mario games just in general. And that's just Galaxy I was talking about, Galaxy 1 and 2. But just keep that in mind, and then all the other games that he's done some crazy shit. And it's wild what Bowser's able to do. But at the same time, we can't just deny Hulk and say, oh, Hulk's baby shit in comparison. I love the way you think and talk, man. You seem like a chill dude. Oh, trust me, I am a chill dude. I can be chill, but I can also be quite a ragey motherfucker, Quite an angry motherfucker, too. But, hey, I'm only angry when I'm playing video games, and those video games tend to piss me off, So, but, I digress. Anyways, let's move on, right? Everyone suiting up is so cool. So, like, you got a suit? Yeah, suit up, then. Just seeing Cap suit up, Iron Man suit up, I think Natasha suited up and shit. Hawkeye, not being evil, he also suited up. I thought that shit was cool, having the moment of the suit up and shit. That also became a staple in the Marvel movies. That was really cool. Tony using Mark 7 suit was really cool. Basically, going into the Tony and fuck. Oh, you know what? I want to mention this. After the suit up moment and shit, and the Avengers like big ass ship was falling, and one of the turbines stopped spinning, and having Tony like, yes, I love Avatar: The Last Airbender. That was a great one, and I haven't made a video on that. Of all the fucking my experience I made, I have never made a single video about Avatar. We might need to fucking change that. We might have to rewatch the whole show again just to change that. But I'm gonna have to write that shit down because that was crazy. It's funny. I would have done one on the live action one, if I just recorded it and did it. and just talked about my thoughts on the live action. I would have just done that. But since I haven't seen that in a long time, I don't even remember it like all that much. Cap or Iron Man? Okay, well, in this scenario, if we're talking live action, well, I mean, Iron Man, you can't beat him hand to hand. I mean, if we're talking the cinematic universe, there's your fucking answer. Iron Man would just fucking lose to Cap, you know, if they had a serious fucking tussle. But, with between each other anyway. Well, but then again, Iron Man did upgrade a lot, so... Ooh, it might be it might go to Iron... Well, no, actually, it's gonna go to Cap if we're talking live action, because if he picked up Mjolnir, that's gonna be a way harder fight on Iron Man than I get credit for. But anyways, I digress. There was one moment where the turbine was slowing down and Iron Man had to push the turbine and he got stuck in that shit. That was genuinely scary. But anyways, I want to move on to the moment where Tony basically was flying down to his house, right? Basically where Loki is. Basically where Loki's like, this is where my base operation is going to be. And basically Iron Man and Loki were having a small talk. And he said, and this is one of the rawest lines that I like from Iron Man in this movie. He said, if we can't save Earth, then we will damn well try to avenge it. And once Iron Man said that to Loki, I thought that was one of the coolest moments. Why does Kid Quick look ugly whenever you're fighting him, but in his picture he's not ugly, he's just normal. He's just weird. What's your favorite song? That's a tough one because I love a lot of video game OST. More than like a lot of other more than some music of today. Daredevil or Punisher? That's a good one because Punisher is really cool, but I think Daredevil's also cool, but I don't think if I had to put them on a scale, I don't know which one's cooler to be real. But they did fight at one point in, I think, Daredevil's TV show, I think. I could be wrong. But anyways, let's move to 16. The war happening and all the Avengers working together to stop it was cool. Banner coming in and stopping his shit with one punch, saying, "That's my secret. I'm always angry," and transforming to the Hulk immediately and stopping that one giant fucking alienoid ship thing with one punch was so fucking cool. That moment was so cool, and all the Avengers gather around that doing that. That shit was so cool. I love that moment. Hulk, and basically, Steve giving orders to all the Avengers, and then also telling Hulk, not saying Bruce, Hulk, and Hulk looked at him, smash, and basically saying, oh, it was beautiful. Basically acknowledging Hulk, not saying Banner like a lot of other people would, made Hulk actually say, you know what, I'll follow you, Steve, I'll listen to you. I'll give you the time of day, since everyone else here likes to call me Banner, even though I'm fucking Hulk. I love that shit. And basically just watching the Avengers smash, destroy stuff, beat up the aliens, it was so fucking cool. I loved it. 18, Hulk humbling Loki was mad funny. I loved it. Enough! I will not be defeated by you, you foul creature. And Hulk just grabbing his leg and... puny god. And just Loki getting humbled was mad funny. I'm eating JJ, Jaka, jelly, and jelly. What the hell? And Hulk punching Thor moment was funny too. Yeah, Hulk punching Thor for payback for what he did earlier was funny. That was a funny moment too. Tony sending a nuke to blow up all of... Tony sending the nuke that was going to blow up all of Manhattan up into the bad guy's like main reactor shit was so badass. And Tony coming down and surviving that shit was also really fucking cool. I loved that bit of the movie. I heard Daredevil's supposed to be in the next Avengers. I don't know, though. I hope it's true. If he is Wazy Wackos, that would be cool. But I don't know what he would be fighting against, though. Keep that in mind. Ain't no way they gave the Challenger the N-word pass. Yeah, ain't no way. That was insane. But anyways. Woo! Finally, my final thoughts on this movie. In 2025, me and Nick watched this March 17th, 2025. I know, quite a while ago since then. But, yeah, this movie is fucking go. Oh, shit. I just realized something. I'll be right back. Yeah. Alright, I'm back. I had to go I had to go put my bed sheet and pillow sheets in the in the dryer. I had to go do that. What's on the side of my wall right here is Ryuko Mate from Kill la Kill. And this Lay's bag I just put up because it would be funny. Well, Dad gave us the idea to put it up, and it ended up just staying. Alright, anyways. There you go, to answer your questions. Yeah, this movie is goated. Even all these years later, I think the Avengers, like the first one, is beyond goated. I think you can watch this even 50 years later, and all the characters are in the right place at the right time. The timing of and the moments between all the characters in the movie is so good. Like, the chemistry between the characters is good. The music is good. The choreography and action is so good. Like, everything about the first Avengers, it was perfect. And I don't think I would change one thing about this movie. I think it was that good. And even the humorous moments were at perfect, moments. How long ago was it? It feels like yesterday. Dude, that movie released like 2012, bro. Like the first event. Yeah, like, hold on. The Avengers. Yeah, the movie released 2012. Yeah, 2012, this movie released, dude. Like, oh my fucking god, that was forever ago. Yet, it feels like just yesterday that this movie was fucking beyond goated. Yo, TM. Are Nintendo still releasing? Yeah, Nintendo's still releasing games all the time. But, anyways, I digress. That movie was phenomenal. That movie was good. Guys, like, comment, subscribe, favorite, share the video with your friends because that movie is fucking good. The Avengers, great movie. I don't want to waste any more of your time. We're going to get on to the next video right here. Your dad sounds cool. Hey, appreciate it, man. My dad is cool. But, bro, what are you doing? I don't know. Oh, I was reviewing the Marvel movie. The Avengers. And now I'm about to come back. I'm about to do another stream entirely for Thor in the Dark World, which, won't be a long video at all because, that movie is something else. Anyways, I'll be right back. Like, comment, subscribe, favorite, share with your friends. God bless you all if this is the only video you're watching from me. And I have tons of other content on my page. Check that out sometime. But, again, I'll be right back for Thor in the Dark World. Oh, boy.